Alright guys, hello, this is Wild Blade from Creative Media Vault in Tokyo, Japan, and I am back today. I will be continuing to live stream the build of our game, my game, Spirits of the Lost Winds, which I am building with my 2D game kit that I just released last week. So, please, if you're interested in learning how to build your own games without having to do any code, very little code. Go to my website and you can now buy that game kit for like $45. I will be increasing the functionality as I continue to build my own game. So, you might as well get it while it's cheap because I'm just going to keep on adding more stuff onto it. I do have like some music playing in the background, so I need to check to make sure that that's not overwhelming right now. And I'm not really going to do so much conversation or talking during. Well, I'll probably talk a lot, but I'm not going to do too much conversation during this stream because I was getting kind of tired last night and I started rambling, so I didn't. I didn't finish up the enemy that I wanted to. All right. So if you guys have any problems with the music that I'm playing, just let me know. So let's see. I'm just continuing my setup right now. Give me a second. Huh, can't even hear the background music. Yeah, so my wife and kids are home today, so yeah, I'm gonna be kind of working really quickly, and then we're gonna have like some company kind of coming over around like 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna try to finish up doing at least this one character build. The actual graphics for some of our enemies before I have to jump off around like 1 o'clock. All right, so just as a recap, what we started last night is I started building this character inside of the game. And instead of focusing on the main player, we're actually focusing on building the enemies. And I think the top of my head is cut off here. Yeah, so let me just kind of adjust that and turn my light on. Yeah, sorry, I'm like, like kind of in a rush to do stuff here. So, yeah, adjust my lighting, yeah. There we go. Now you can like see me a little bit better. Maybe see my t-shirt. This is also like on my Nerdy Urges online store. So everything that you see in my everything that you see me wearing or kind of showcasing around the house, you can actually buy from my online store. Um, so we're gonna jump back over here. So even this coffee mug that I'm drinking out, this is one of my magic mugs. So it actually changes colors. Changes color that you drink out of it. So it's actually pretty cool. This was one of my top selling items before like COVID hit. Now things are kind of slow, so I have more time to focus on like making games. Mm. All right, so like mission for today is to finish up this character. We kind of got a little more basically done with this, almost done with this guy from like last night. Um, so let's see. What we did is we built the head and we built the body for this character, which is one of our RDC clan member characters. I didn't save that shit. Woo. All right. And so basically, this is the character that we're building. We're building the RDC Gunner, and I gave you a little bit of background on these characters last night, so I'm not going to really explain too much about them today. You can just kind of go through and watch the previous Twitch stream to kind of get a feel for them. So we have our head, we have our body, we have his like little backpack thing, which looks a little bit uneven now that I'm like checking it out. So let me jump back. The application that I'm using is Adobe Animate. So I love using Animate for like a lot of my stuff because, well, this is one, it's a software that I'm familiar with, and two, it gives me a lot of versatility for what I want to do with things later. So, because it's vector artwork, right? So, I can do a lot of cool effects, and if I need to actually animate something later for like make a CM or something like that, it's easier for me because I kind of already have everything set up. And this is a top-down shooter game, basically. So we don't necessarily have to worry about being too exact with a lot of the graphics, because one, they're going to be kind of at a distance, so they're going to be kind of far away to see anyway. And so we can kind of like, not really focus too much on getting everything perfect right now. Right, so that's the body. Here's the head. And you know, notice I'm already kind of setting everything up for animation. So if I want to maybe have the head rotate later, we can actually do that. I don't really see a need for it in this game. I mean, because the way I have the rotation set up, I don't want its head like turning at 360 degrees. That's just some exorcist shit. So we're probably not going to worry about making this part of the head look at the player for obvious reasons. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and center this up though, because I don't want it to head too far back. All right. So, like you can use any graphics application that you prefer, but like I said, I prefer Adobe Animate because I'm just so used to using it. All right, and with this, I use a lot of box animation. So before I start, when I start making something, I normally just go with like basic shapes and boxes. So that's what happened to this deformed foot. Hold on, I got a mail popping up. Leave me alone. I'm trying to teach how I make games, everybody. Yeah. All right, cool. So, yeah, I have to keep on checking to see if somebody's ordering something from my store. You know, so, like, yeah, sorry about that. So, anyway, we have this green foot down here, um, and it doesn't really have any details to it. So, I'll quickly walk you through again how I add details and stuff. But first, I'm going to select the color that I want to use for this foot. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and like make sure that that's selected, and then I'll jump over here, and then all right. So we have a green foot right now. I'm going to go ahead and select the hit S to select this tool right here, the ink bottle. And I'll go ahead and put a nice little thick line around this. That'll help it stand out, help the profile of this character kind of stand out as we put him into the game, you know, just against the background. And let's see, what else I'm going to do? So now that that's done, I'm going to select the line tool, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple like nice little thick lines, you know, because this will be where his toes are. And then, what can I do here? I'll click on these little extra edges and I'll go ahead and take those off because I won't need them. And now I think just to finish this foot off, I'm just gonna add another box there. What happened is the stroke size is too big, so for smaller details, I'm gonna have to drop the lines down a little bit. Oh, that's not exactly what happened. Sorry about that. I just gave you some fake news. Fake news. All right. so I had the feel on that one. So let me go ahead and do this here. And I'm just basically creating boxes and circles and like shapes, basic shapes that I need in order to like, add the default, and then just kind of like turning them into whatever I want later. Yeah. And I don't really think we're gonna have to worry about the back side of this foot because, like I said, the character is just gonna kind of shuffle across the screen like this, so we're not even gonna see like a leg or anything like that for these guys. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that's it. All right, and that's the foot done. All right, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on this green, and I just screwed up and got rid of the color that I wanted, but now, well, let's see. Do I want it light or do I want him? Yeah, I'm gonna keep his feet kind of dark here. So remember the colors for our Red Dragon Clan members are red, gold, and green. Um, and I explained why they called themselves the Red Dragon Clan last night because, well, basically their nanotech armor only has one color option. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and fill these in, and a little bit of orange. I'll allow them an orange. All right, so this looks pretty good, I think. All right, so we're gonna like zoom back out of here. And that foot looks a little bit small for him, so I'm gonna hit Q and scale this up a little bit. Yeah. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Get off my screen. Get off my screen. That's like, yeah. That's my Visual Studio acting up. All right, Right, and I'm just gonna hit shift and drag this over here, and then go to my modify, transform, and flip horizontal, and use my key to nudge him over here. And now it looks like he's got some additional parts that might not necessarily benefit him in battle. So I'm going to cut these and go to the layer that has my body, and I'll do a Control V paste in place. Now I'm gonna right click on these and go to arrange and send to back. All right, and that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, that's because I had this on the base layer. So let me go ahead and cut this, get rid of that. Yeah, and drop this down to a layer below him. Now we can see everything. All right, and the feet look a little bit misaligned here, so I can maybe move them back a little bit to make it look like he's kind of standing over them. And another reason why I like using Animate is because I can actually check to see, kind of pre-check to see what the animation will look like. So maybe like when he's walking, see, there's a little bit of, yeah, there's a little bit of a miscalculation there. So if the farther his feet come, you know, the more we kind of like, the more the stranger they look. So a quick way to fix that, I have like two options for this. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go into this movie clip, and first I'm going to like drag this back out here. I was trying to stylize his feet a little bit, but it's not really so necessary because we're not going to see the back of these things anyway. Yes, I can just kind of do something like this, and then like maybe I'll extend this part out too to where it actually looks like maybe it could be part of his kneecap or something. And like I said, these don't have to be perfect because we're not going to see the rest of this anyway. So yeah, okay, yeah, I'll move that part back now that's bigger though. Oh, hold on. Alright, so let's see how this looks. Let me zoom back out. Alright, so this is when his foot is like coming out. Like out and alright. Yeah, so this is kind of what his walk is gonna look like. So when he's walking and when we do the animation in Unity, what we'll do is we'll have it to where you know, this yellow part, when this yellow part basically touches the chest area, that'll be like him taking a step, like moving his foot backwards, and then like we'll just kind of extend it out to here, and that'll be his like foot moving forward, and that'll give us the appearance of him kind of walking forward. All right, so yeah, that settles it for the animation. Sorry, for the design. And don't worry, we have another character that looks exactly like this, so we're just going to be totally lazy with this and copy all of these things over here and just modify some stuff, and that's going to be it. Right, now we have to do his gun. Alright, so for his gun, you know, like I said, I set all of this up last night before I started getting sleepy. I did watch Moon Knight on Disney Plus last night, and I'm still kind of, I mean, the jury's still kind of out on it. I have the Moon Knight characters at home in America, the Moon Knight comics at home in America, because my dad is a huge like comic collector, so he had bags and bags of comics way before I was even born. And hold on, let me see, what color is this guy's gun? Okay, that's gray here, so we'll go with gray here as well. Save. Alright, so I'm just gonna switch this color over to gray. So yeah, for me the jury is still out on that Moon Knight, because I'm waiting to see what Disney's gonna do with it, and how what other kind of stuff they're gonna try to put into it, and how crazy they're gonna make him. I do like the fact that they are kind of addressing the issue of DID, dissociative. I forgot what it's called, dissociative disorder. You know, people with multiple personalities. So I do kind of like the fact that they're doing that. I'm a little bit concerned about the way they're going to do that, though. So that's why I said the jury's still out for me. All right, so we're going to change this part up here to something maybe similar to gold a little bit. All right, and let's see, what else do we have to do? So we're in the we're in the gun movie clip right now, by the way. so I just got into that by like double clicking on it. All right, so we have the barrel, we have the body, we have this like random unnamed part that I just made up, for the sake of being lazy. Um, I'm going to put another layer up here and I'll start working on my lines. I'm just gonna like add this here. Now notice I'm adding the lines above this so that they don't necessarily intersect with the main lines below, the actual shape lines below right now. I'm doing that on purpose just in case I want to add a few different things, or I want to like kind of change the look of them a little bit. And then I can always kind of merge these layers down later if I need to. But for right now, it's not necessary. I'm going to go to the rectangle tool and go to oval, and I'll put our nice little green sight here and maybe line that up a little bit better. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Since it's on a separate layer, it makes it easy for me to kind of play with. And the inside of this will need to be green because that's their color, green. All right. And what else do I need to add? Um, All right, I think that was good. Now maybe I'll just add a few little boxes here. I mean, since I've already got the green color selected, add a few boxes. I'll drop the stroke size of these down a bit, and now I'll add a few boxes. That's way too much. Like I meant to say one, it just went all the way down to 0.1. Yeah, so I'll add a few little boxes here for like details on the side to make them stand out. And I'm going to change the line of those anyway. Right, yeah, so something like this. And we're going to add a glow effect to these boxes. Right, and this will be his little generic gun. And we're not going to need to worry too much about, revealing the rest of this because it's going to be kind of hidden by his body. Just kind of like he's holding it around like this area. And I might give him a bit of a butt though, just to be on the safe side in case I want to do something else with it later. All right, and I'm gonna change these over here to green. No, I'll get rid of this one. Hold on. So I'm gonna copy these. Oh, sorry, and also copy the green part. So I'm gonna copy these, and then I'm going to paste them in place. Go to modify, flip horizontal, and then like I can hold shift and drag, or I can just like do this the very slow and lazy way. Okay, and yeah, this will help me see how it kind of lines up in the on this end. So I'm going to maybe extend this one out a little bit, and maybe center. Maybe I might have to center that one up later. I'm not sure. Oops, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, something like this will work. All right, so for these lines here, I'm going to go ahead and change those over to a darker green before I... Ooh, actually what I could do, I might want to add a glow effect to these though. Let me go ahead and like highlight all of this. And actually this guy as well, since it's on another layer. So I'll go ahead and hit F8 and turn these into a movie clip. I keep on like I keep on saying prefab because I'm like working in Unity, but like in Animate we call them movie clips. Alright, cool. So let me select all of these by hitting Control A, and I will go here and I will choose my line here. Alright, cool. Now, for the inside fill, all I have to do is turn that to 100, and Now, the reason why I put these on a different layer is because I'm going to give them a glow. So, while if they were part of the same movie clip as the gun, it would be a little bit difficult to do. But since they're in their own movie clip, I can give them whatever kind of glow I want. So, I do want these to kind of like stand out and look like they're producing some kind of energy. So, with Adobe Animate, we do have the filters options. So I'm going to go to filters, glow, and I'm going to give them anything but that. Not the red one. So I could give them a yellow glow to make them kind of, yeah, to make them stand out a little bit. Let's try the yellow. Let's try the green. I think the yellow stands out a little bit better, so we're going to use this. All right, and now that's it for the glowing area. Now we're going to go with the main body. The main body, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that because this isn't gonna be so close up in the game, like so it's not gonna be super detailed anyway. So for this, I think this gray will work, and I'm going to switch that to 100. Also for this part as well, I don't even know what to call this part, but and which is bad because I used to be in the military, so I should remember this shit, but I don't. So so some people will have to forgive me for like forgetting my terminology once I left. I've been out of the military for like 20 years though, so. Alright, so my military terminology, yeah. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually cut this and then repaste it. That was supposed to go on top. Let me cut that again and go here. And another. I kind of want these to stand out on top. Give it a little bit more definition. All right, and now the only thing we have to work on is the barrel. So the barrel is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to switch this over to 100 because we've already filled it with a lighter gray. And I'm going to go back to my tool here, and I'm going to draw a line right here. And well, that's just a crooked ass line. I'm gonna draw a line right here. All right, and like cut off the extra edges. Then round it up like this. Yeah, make it a little bit rounder. I'll need to make the bottom edge a little bit rounder too. Right, and I'll go back into my oval tool, which I can always access by hitting O, but I keep on doing it this way anyway. And make sure that the stroke is something really, really small. And then I'll just draw my little like barrel right here, or my barrel hole right here. All right, cool. And I think, yeah, that looks pretty good for a generic gun. You can always like use the line tool to add more details to it if you want to, but in this case, it might not be necessary. So I could like just add like some little lines, little details. Those don't actually look bad, so I might leave them there. Yeah, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Um, because we're going to be using Unity for a lot of the post processing and stuff like that to make it look a little bit better anyway. Maybe make the barrel a little bit longer, like right here. All right, and let's see. Yeah, that looked pretty decent for a basic gun. Okay, let's see what it looks like when it's animated. So I just hit my Q key, and I'm gonna like move this around, swerve it. Okay, yeah. Now, usually a gun is going to be kind of parented to like an arm. However, I mean, if I wanted this to be a shoulder cannon, also I could just like drop it up here, and like let it swivel around and do damage to the player that way. So there's a lot of options for this style. So I could just totally have this thing rotating around on his like arm and just shooting at the character, wherever. But in this case, I gave him one arm, so I might as well give him another. So we'll copy this right here, and we'll paste it, and go over here and drop this arm. Here, modify, transform, and we're going to flip horizontal. And they're going to drop this arrange and send to back. All right. All right, so yeah, now this will be like his little gun arm. Yay. Yeah. So that was actually, pretty quick to build. So this will be like his little gun arm. Um, Now, what I tend to do also is after I build a weapon, especially if I'm not sure exactly where I want to put it, if I'm not sure if I actually want to attach to a body part, a lot of times I'll actually just duplicate it and move it off to the side. So that way I'm basically making two of them. So one that can be attached to the arm, one that can be like attached to something else. All right, so yeah, that will be the gun. Now, one key point when you're making your graphics for weapons and stuff that will be shooting in Unity, especially in Unity 2D, it's actually a good idea to go ahead and rotate them to where they're facing upwards. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to take take this gun, and we're going to rotate it to where it's facing straight up. And especially for the type of game that I'm making, which is an omnidirectional shooter, yeah, this is going to be pretty important when it comes to like where the weapon should face. Right, so yeah, something like this will be fine. All right, and ta-da, there is our RDC gunner. All right, so we have all of the parts created and we have them separated out. And now we can go ahead and start. Actually, we can go ahead and like put this character into the game. So what I can do is I can go here and maybe lock this layer right here. All right. So you have all of these body parts. At first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and group these into another movie clip. So a big movie clip. Um, just so I have a default. I always make backups of stuff because I'm an IT guy. So I'm gonna put like RDC Gunner 1, RDC Gunner 1 temp. The reason I'm naming it temp is because I might go into this and say, okay, I need another type of gunner, and maybe you want to change the colors and stuff like that. So I'll just use the same character and just switch the colors and stuff like that. And I don't want it to affect the original one. And there's another little small detail that we didn't add here, and that's kind of this little hose, his little energy feed to his gun. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and quickly add that. So let's see. So I'll start by hiding any body parts, any parts that I don't necessarily need. So, and I think that will be part of his arm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna add this to an arm. So right now we have one arm available. We only have one arm that we kind of duplicated, but I want to add a modification to his right arm. So if I go in and I change anything with this right now, well, you'll notice. Well, I just totally deleted everything. Um, yeah, you'll notice that it also happens to the left arm over here, which is what I don't want. So in order to avoid that, I'll right click and I will go to duplicate symbol. So it's going to make a duplicate copy. If you'll notice, it has the name copy right here. And then I can kind of manipulate this arm without it affecting the left arm. So, and I'll probably rename that to right as well. All right, so what I want to do is I want to add this little energy feed. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to select this. And all this is going to be is just going to be a hand-drawn hose, basically, from the backpack to his like to his arm gauntlet. So, yeah, let's see. Is this actually that should probably be this tool. Yeah. Alright, yeah, so I'm just gonna drag this right here. Uh, maybe increase the size a bit, so to about 3, I think. All right, so I'm just gonna drag this around here. Yeah, and connect it over there, and drag this in here. I hate drawing with the mouse. All right, so yeah, just go ahead and like connect it here. I want it to look a little bit like, maybe a little organic. Hmm. Well, I mean, not organic, but a little like technical. And then for those like inside of the inside lines, I can just kind of use a smaller line. Now what I'm going to do is let me go here, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Sorry, let me get my fill tool, my paint bucket tool. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to fill it in right there. Go and select my line tool. Um, and I'll go ahead and turn this into a movie clip as well. And then I'll jump in here and quickly add a few little like lines to make it look like there's something going through it, or that they're the contour or around the contour to these, right? So and sometimes you have to zoom in. Yeah, so the RDC, they use basic energy weapons. Well, not basic. They use like advanced energy weapons. So a lot of the stuff that they'll use, they don't. They try not to rely on. They try not to rely on physical projectiles as much, because physical projectiles are traceable, and also they need a supplier. So they don't have as much psionic energy naturally as the Shiaki do, because they're not alien. They're humans. Well, humans for the most part. So the nanotechnology that is binded to them actually works better with humans, but humans normally, unless it's a mutant, humans don't have psionic energy, and the RDC clan does not accept mutants into their ranks because of historical differences, right? Because of history, basically. So while that's why they kind of have to rely on different tools than the one that the aliens, the Shiaki aliens themselves use. Um, but when you're trafficking weapons and stuff like that across the galaxy, like somebody's gonna trace that shit, right? And so they don't want their operations to find out because they're still secretly working for the Shiaki. But even though the Shiaki haven't been seen since since the Battle of Equinox, but there's still some ties there. So they try to kind of minimize their trail so that the Traxian Planetary Council can't really find what they're doing. I'm not gonna worry about covering all of these, just like because like I said, it's a top-down shooter, so we're not gonna be looking that closely at this stuff anyway. Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's his left arm. All right. Okay, cool. So we have like this little nice little thing that will also add a glow to. Okay, so we're gonna go back into filters and we're gonna go to glow and go ahead and change this one to yellow. Nah, I think we're gonna give this one a green glow. Yeah. Right, and this will be like our RDC gunner. And let's see, I've got about 40 minutes. And let's see, we'll go ahead and move his gun back to position. All right, cool. Yeah, now it looks like he's kind of got something that's powering his gun, when he's gonna be shooting. So when we parent the gun to the character, to the enemy in Unity, it'll definitely look like, okay, well, he's got like some kind of feed for his weapon, and that's kind of what we're going for. All right, so now just to give you a preview, what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole movie clip, and I'm going to export PNG sequence. And I have my graphics all in a temp GFX folder for this game. So I'm going to save it here, and I'm going to export it at a pretty high like DPI, well, not DPI, not DPI, but pretty high pixel rate. All right, cool. And now that that's exported, I'm going to jump over to Unity, and I have my 2D game kit open right now, which is what we're using to build this game. And before we started with this, last night we actually made a copy of our stalking enemy, our default stalking enemy, which is this just basically this little pink thing right here. But now I want to see how this character is going to look in the game before I start setting up, like breaking him down and setting up the parts for animation, right? So and I've got is I have a folder here for temp graphics. Somewhere I have a folder for temp graphics. But here we go, temp GFX, right? So I'm going to go to my thing over here, and I can check this out here. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Yeah, we don't really need to do too much for his face because, like I said, top down. So I'm gonna drag this into my temp GFX folder. All right, and now all I need to do is we do have our container, our RDC gunner here. But what we're going to do is we're going to want to animate the stuff inside of this container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create an empty. And I'm going to name this one body for now. Right, and for this container, I'm going to add a sprite renderer. And the sprite I'm going to select is going to be our RDC gunner for now. Right, cool. And this is what he's going to kind of look like here. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, the body actually bigger. And this is what he's going to, this will allow me to also properly size the character in the game before I start animating. So I don't want to like start animating and then import him and then like have him this big, right? So we're going to kind of like shrink him down right here. And that's so cute. Yeah, I'll make him about maybe this big, right? And then for the order in layer, I'm going to set this order in layer to usually about like maybe like 8 for enemies. I think that's kind of depending on the type of game. And last for his actual container, I'm going to we don't need that graphic anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this down to transparent all the way. All right, and now let's see what this looks like. And you're going to notice a mistake. You're going to notice something immediately when it comes to rotation and stuff. So I'll show you how to fix that. Okay. So yeah, there he is. He's in our game and he's rotating and he's doing all kinds of cool stuff. He's not moving because remember we turned all that shit off last night because like he was killing the character. So yeah. So he looks pretty good. So when it comes to rotation though, you'll notice that he's facing the opposite. His back is kind of facing the character. Well, the reason why that's happening is because usually when you create a graphic that you need to rotate in Unity, it needs to be facing, you need to kind of draw it facing to the right for some strange reason. I'm like, what is that reason? I don't know, but that's just the way it is. But by using this technique, since the body, and we're going to drag the body up here, since the body is actually inside of a container, this creates an easy fix for your rotated objects not facing the right way. So what I can do inside of this is I can just click the body and hit the E key, and I can rotate the body this way. Yes, I'll just rotate it 90 degrees. And so the container is still facing in the right direction, in the default direction, but the body inside of it is facing to the right. Okay, and that should fix our rotation issue, maybe. And I think my music stopped. All right, cool. So now when the player moves around, yay! Like he's like facing him, and yeah. So that fixes our rotation issue. And he still has his physical body, so I can push him out of the way or like take damage and stuff. Um, and if I want to, since we have this enemy like in here looking good right now, I can go to his top container and I can test out maybe some positioning for his shot point and test out his ability to attack. Which, if you will remember, like last night, I went and I turned these off. So if I want the enemy to be able to melee attack my character, I just check this box. And if I want the enemy to be able to shoot my character, I just check this box and change the settings, right? So now let's give this enemy the ability to attack our player. Okay. Okay, yeah, so he can like, wow, that was like, that looked pretty cool. So he just gets into range and then boom, and just runs into him and attacks him. And like, I set my character's health up to 100 because he was just dying too quickly. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, but so we've got the, we've got the melee attack working, but he's not shooting for some reason. So I need to find out. Oh, that's why. All right, so yeah, that is working correctly. Let me find out why my melee attack isn't working on this. Why my shot attack isn't working on this. Let's see, can shoot. Yeah, can shoot. Where's my shot point? Shot point is there. Time between shots, enemy projectile. Huh. Let me play that again right quick. Okay, I'm standing here. Okay, yeah, it is shooting me. Never mind. So yeah. So you'll notice that he did produce a shot. It's doing a little bit of damage. But the shot is not coming from the gun, which is where I need it, and that is why we have this shot point here. So in order to change the origin of the point where the bullet will be coming out, we just go into our RDC gunner main, and we'll go to the shot point. And the shot point is this like a gray diamond. So, oh, thank you. That's my youngest son. He just came and gave me this nice little cute anime character. What's this guy's name? What's that? Oh, Inomaki Toge. This is from Jujutsu Kaisen でしょ? Yeah, this is from an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, my youngest son just came and gave this to me. It's kind of cute, right? Alright, so like we love watching anime here. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and shift the shot point. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shift the shot point over here. And, sorry, let me go ahead and add this, yeah, visual representation here. Oops, I added it to his other arm. So it's like, why you got a gun when he's just shooting from his fist? He can do that, though, if you want to. So, now when I play the game, the shot point has been adjusted. Alright, so now when he shoots at me, it should come from his gun. Yeah, so he has a shot delay of 4. Give me again. Okay, cool. Yeah, so all of that's working, and like so this gunner can actually attack if I get into a certain range, or he can like snipe me from a distance, which is good, right? So I might leave that as a function for him in the game. Now, what else do we need to add to this? Well, like right now, if I shoot this character and if I shoot this enemy and I kill this enemy, I don't think anything happens. So let's check that out. Let me go grab my weapon right quick. Okay. And so I'm going to turn this on, And I'm gonna shoot him. Boom. And right now he just kind of fades away. Yeah, he just kind of fades into nothing. So we're gonna want to switch that up a little bit as well. So what I'm going to do is, if you'll notice in this enemy controller script, chasing enemy script, I do have a can splatter option. So I can just click this, and if I want to see which splatter effect I have, you can use any effect, and you can use particles and stuff. So what I've done is I've already like put some effects and some particles in here. So if I switch on this can splatter option, uh, when I kill him, something cool is gonna happen, right? All right, so let me get rid of this. All right, so I'm gonna, boom. That's a little bit too much splatter, but this will give you some indication that there was something alive there at one point in time. Uh, so yeah, this is the splatter, and you like the effect that you saw with like actually the purple explosion. And this is kind of big for him, but you know it's okay in this level. Yeah. I did notice something around something with my splatter effects though, so I'll go ahead and change the order and layer for those to make them kind of show below. Uh, let's see, where are you now? Yeah, I'll drop these down to about maybe 8 or something to make sure that they appear below the actual enemy enemy's sprite. All right. So yeah, like that should be good enough for you know, kind of getting a feel for what this character will look like and how he'll move around. So what we're going to do now that we have this kind of sprite set up is we're going to go back into Adobe Animate, and we're going to take this default character. Sorry, I already duplicated this one, I think, but just in case, I'll duplicate it again. Let's see. Duplicate symbol. So I tend to like leave my templates as templates, and then I tend to like use like copies a lot. So Gunner 1, Gunner 1. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break this apart. Huh, you're leaving that open?
You cool.
Oh, yeah. No, I would wonder if you're leaving it open on purpose. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, you know, let me go ahead and, like, straighten this up right quick. Yeah. Yeah, I'll change the rotation. And now we can start breaking this guy up. So we got his head, we have his body, we have his arms. So I'm going to just, we've already separated these out and created movie clips from them. So I'm just going to do this and, you know, export them out separately. So RDC Gunner Head, it's already got his name there. So I could say this. Right, export PNG sequence, RDC Gunner Body 1. Right, and what else? Why do I have like 2 bodies here? Oh, sorry, that's the that's the other template. All right, so now we've got. I'll give these like proper names. So export PNG sequence. This will be RDC Gunner Arm left, and this will be RDC Gunner Foot left. I could use like one graphic for these, but in case I want to like change something on the feed, I always kind of make 2. So this will also be left. Alright, and then like these, of course, will be right. What I'm going to do with this is kind of make sure for this particular gunner. Yeah, I'll go ahead and separate the gun from the actual weapon from his arm. Right, and I'm going to make this a arm right. Right, so, and then foot right as well. Right. Yeah, so that should be good enough. So basically we only have like if we line all of these up, we only have about really 5 body parts in a gun. Yeah, so it's kind of like if I were going to make a sprite sheet out of this, which I do recommend you do, by the way, make a sprite sheet, and separate everything out. Like put all of your characters on one sprite sheet in order to save space. But since this is a template, and I'm just kind of and I'm using it using it as a tutorial, I'm not going to like worry about making things a sprite sheet. Sprite sheet right now. You can kind of look that up on YouTube if you want to find out more about that. It's pretty easy. It's just packing all your graphics into one thing where they're equally spaced. So yeah, here's all of the parts that we need for our gunner, including his weapon. So I'll go ahead and rotate the weapon up, like I mentioned before. Mm, the debate for me right now is: do I want to have the weapon attached to the arm, or do I want the weapon separate? Hmm. Yeah, it's always like the question. All right. The easiest way would probably be to leave the weapon attached to the arm, and I can't really think of any. I'm trying to think if there's any instance where I might want the weapon separate. Okay, well, either way, there's an easy fix for that, so I think I'm just going to leave it pointed down right now and go ahead and export it this way. So, RDC gun one, because we might, okay, yeah, I'll leave it separate because we might have different version of the gun that I might want to switch out later. Yeah. All right, cool. So we've got our separated, like, gunner, and I'm gonna take those body parts and I'm gonna drag them into Unity under my sprites folder. Um, so I could make another folder here, create folder, and maybe name this one RDC gunner. Right, and I'll go over here and grab all 5. How many graphics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, we have 7. I can't count. Oh, because I was like, I wasn't considering his gun and his other foot. Okay, so, and I'll drag these into my RDC gunner folder here. Import those. All right, so now what we can do is we have our nice little default gunner here with the size. What I could do is I could go ahead and like switch out just this static body, the static body that we created. But because I'm me, I'm going to go ahead and create a duplicate of that, and then right, and then I'm just gonna name this one RDC gunner main. Name one. Right. And so, like, basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start breaking each body part down because I do want the head I do want the head to have the option of being able to maybe rotate when I'm animating. So right now, let me demonstrate this right now. Right now, there are no movable parts inside of this enemy. So when the body rotates, the head rotates, and they're just kind of shooting, shooting from a certain point. So there's no. Oh damn. Yeah. So there's really no option for animation because it's just a static body, which would actually be fine in a lot of games. But in this one, I do want there to be some physical movement, so I'm going to have to break each body part down. So that's kind of what we're going to do now. And to start this process, I'm going to zoom in here, maybe make this window a little bit bigger. So a lot of people are kind of annoyed with the way that I have my Unity scene set up. Hey, well, why do you have like both windows side to the side? That's the way I like it, so deal with it. So let's see, for body, yeah. For body, I'm going to like turn this here. And if you'll notice, this is very nice because he's kind of already lined up in the way that we want him to be facing. So, yeah, so this will be the body. I'm gonna just really just like duplicate this symbol, and I'm gonna name this the head. And I'm gonna drag that above the body. And I'm gonna give this a higher layer. Maybe usually I think I put the head on like 12 or something, and then maybe the body on like something like 10, you know, below that. So for the head, very simple, very quick process. And notice we have not touched a line of code this whole time, which is the purpose of me. Oh shit! I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, kind of like freaked out there. Right, so you notice we haven't touched a line of code, you know, so because I've already gone through the trouble of including all of this stuff in the kit for you. So yeah, go ahead and buy my kit, and you can easily start creating your games like I'm doing right now. And like I said, it's cheap at the moment, but the more functionality I add into it, the more expensive it's going to get, so you might as well grab it now. I am going to make its head a little bit bigger, yeah, to where the chin, yeah, okay, where we got a little bit of a contour behind that's kind of cutting into his backpack, and we can see his chin a little bit more. Right, and now I'm going to create another duplicate, and I'm going to just basically add each body part. So, right, so this will be his left arm. And for this one, I'm going to have to scale it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to scale this one. So I'll hit R, scale this up a little bit, because he's got little stubby dinosaur arms. Alright, and for the arms, I'm going to put them below the body. So I will give this a layer of maybe 8. And then I'll duplicate this one. And don't forget to name your body parts. That's kind of going to be essential for animation. So this is going to be arm left. This will be arm right. And so you kind of get the idea. I spelled right wrong, huh? Like you kind of get the idea of how this works by now, I think. So arm left, arm right. So I'm gonna bring arm right over here, and go ahead and swap the graphic out to this one. And I'll drag this here. Okay, and let's see. Now the only other body part that we need will be his 2 feet. All right, so let's go ahead and duplicate this arm, and this will be leg left. Or I should say foot, because these characters that don't actually have legs. So foot left. You just got tiny little feet that are going to shuffle and be cute while they're doing it. Alright. Alright. So, yeah, foot left, and alright, so there we go. So foot left, foot right. Alright, cool. Yeah, that should be good enough, I think. Alright, and yeah, we'll go ahead and add his gun. Now, the way that we're going to do his weapon is I'm gonna go ahead and parent his weapon to his right arm. So I'm gonna click on the right arm, and I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that, and I'm gonna drag this right under here. And I'll just add his right gun over here, and pray to God that this works. Yeah, something like this should work. Alright, and now the thing about his arm is that his arm is going to actually be his weapon. So this will have a weapon script attached to it. Right now, when we play the game, the enemy can shoot us, but he doesn't actually have a weapon script. So realistically, the weapon script, rotating weapon script might not necessarily, wouldn't really be necessary for him because this enemy is designed to turn with the player anyway. But just for the sake of argument, what I can do here, if I want this arm to, kind of function, what can I do? Um, I'm losing my thought. Let me check out my weapon script. Oh, actually, no, 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 I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I could just like use my rotate, rotate to target. So I'm just gonna add this rotate to target. And maybe the reason I'm adding this is maybe I want this gun to actually like target the player first, right? Instead of just like turning like a robot with a body, I might want the gun to actually track the player first and like start shooting at the player from a different angle before the body turns, right? Okay, let's get out of here. Where can he shoot from? Okay, yeah, so that looks good. Yeah, you can like totally attack me there. All right, and so you'll notice right now that the gun is kind of turning with the enemy, and it just looks totally robotic. Well, the reason I added that script, that rotate to target script, is maybe I can like do something crazy. Like I'll turn this up to like 100 and rotation speed, and then speed like maybe 50, right? Wait a minute. That's not working. Why? Huh. Okay, well, that's not working the way it's supposed to. Rotate to target. Target should be player already. And I'm trying not to look at code because I don't want you guys like really worrying about that too much. Maybe 20 and maybe 10. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, so it is rotating a little bit, but it's really kind of negligible. So I'll leave that, as an option right now. I think this is actually kind of good enough though, because what we're going to do is we're going to be animating it anyway. So now I think about that, I think I'll go ahead and take that rotate to target script off because the animation that I actually have in mind for this is when he shoots. I want his gun to kind of come back, like jerk back. So yeah, I'll go ahead and remove this component because it's not necessary. It's just something I just kind of thought of, and I'll save my Unity project. All right, so yeah, here's our RDC Gunner like a basic setup, and he runs around. He like can chase his character. I'm going to go here and I'm going to maybe do something cool like increase his time between shots. So I'll increase this to like, or I'll actually decrease this, and you'll see how fast he can shoot. Maybe like if I put it like 0.5. Okay, so once he starts shooting, that's still a little bit slower than I thought. Let's see. Time between shots. Start time between shots is. I'll change this down to like 0.5. Sometimes like you know Well, some of this code might be a little bit redundant. I had an idea for like when I actually want him to start shooting and when I want him to continue to start shooting. So, like, I'm not sure if that one's actually working correctly now. Okay, but now you can see that he can fire, his fire rate is like much higher, right? So he can just like spam shots all day long. Um, and then if I want this to be like start time between shots, he'll probably start waiting 2 seconds before he starts shooting at me. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's still a little bit. I might have to go into the back end and look at the code for that one because I want him to have two different, specific timers. One for when it actually starts, and the other for when for the actual shot rate. Yeah, but it's not really going to affect the game too much. So you can like just set the start time between shots, to whatever you want it, and make him fire faster. You know. And also, like, the cool thing about this is, like, it's a good thing I gave this guy a shitload of health. Uh, when I'm out of range, you'll notice that the enemy can't melee attack me, right? But he can still kind of shoot. So, the shot range, the length of the shot, actually depends on the type of projectile that he's using. Right, and let's see, what else? Now, another cool feature that I've actually added to this game kit is the ability to fire homing projectiles. Do I have that option here though on this particular weapon? Oh, the homing projectile. You can actually check the it's actually the homing projectile script is actually attached to the bullets. So if I go to right now, this enemy is firing a projectile like 1 temp. So if I go to like the projectile itself, you'll notice that on the enemy projectile script, when you click on one of on these projectiles in the kit, it has a is homing option. So I can click this over here, and then I'll have to set the homing target, right? So in this case, the homing target is going to be our player temp. So I'm just going to drag our player temp in here, theoretically speaking. Why is that not working? Actually, this one should automatically lock onto the player. I think I have that one set by default. Okay. Oh no, it's like set to something different. Give me a second. Alright, let's go to our enemy player. And homing targets. Alright, so maybe here I have to set the homing target to the player. Okay. Alright, now let me go ahead and turn this off here. Now, I haven't set the player or anything at the prefab as well, so that might be another reason why. Okay, yeah, I haven't set anything at the prefab, so that's kind of why it's kind of going the opposite way at the moment. But if I go to the main scene, yeah, so if I go to our level scene, you can kind of see this in action with some of the enemies that we have, but I'm not going to do that right now. Either way, like you have weapons that will track the character, so just keep that in mind. Right, and it's almost 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to hurry up and jump off. So that's why I'm not gonna like worry about troubleshooting that, because I do have like company coming over in a little bit. So I'm gonna have to like finish this very quickly. So we got our RDC gunner, we have our head, our body, our arms, our legs. We have our weapon like set up in here now, which is on the right arm. So let me go ahead and switch this back to normal enemy projectile at the moment. Right, and save this. Right, so technically I have about like 4 minutes left. So what we can do now that we have all of the parts in here, we have all of the parts that are necessary. I'm going to change this to weapon sprite. All right. And at this point, we can actually start playing around with the animation. So if I want to start animating this character, that's kind of why we broke everything down into different parts. So what I would do is, in order to start animation, I would need to add an animation controller. Well, right now you're not really seeing anything here, so I would click on the animation tab after, and make sure that I'm on the top level of this enemy, right? So because this is where the animation controller is going to sit, and what we're going to be animating inside of this container will be the separate body parts. So for this, I'll go ahead and click here, and I could add an animator here by adding component, but the easiest way to do it is just like click on whatever element you want, and you're naturally going to, if it's a sprite or if it's a container or anything, you're naturally going to get this option to go ahead and start creating animation clips. So I'll go to the top layer, and I'll click create, and this will take me to a place where take me directly to my assets folder by default. And this is important because like you want to make sure that all of your animations are in the same folder if possible. And I did this before and I couldn't find my animation. Like, where the hell is everything at? And it was just like scattered all over the assets folder. So you don't want to do that. So it's a good idea to make an animations, not only make an animations folder, but actually create a new folder inside of the animations folder for any element or any enemy, like kind of separate for each enemy, character, or whatnot that you're going to be making. So I'm going to make a specific folder for this RDC Gunner. Yeah, so I'll make this RDC Gunner 1, or just RDC Gunner. You can name it whatever you want, it doesn't really matter, but RDC Gunner main one, since I might want to create multiple versions of this and have different animations. Alright, so that is the folder name. And then this up here is the animation that you want to create. So I'm going to create an idle animation first. Alright, and this is going to be the beginning of our animation process. However, it is like 12:59, so I should probably get off because our company should be coming over here pretty soon. And I will be back on later, like streaming, and I'll be streaming probably a video game tonight, maybe League of Legends or Overwatch or Tekken. And then I'll be back with building this game. But now you can kind of see how easy it is for us to start actually swapping out the graphics for this. So I think that kind of makes a pretty good point. Let me go ahead and save everything. Alright, and that's going to be it for the stream. I will be back on later on today to continue this process after like playing a couple video games. So like stay tuned, and like if you're on my Twitch stream, go ahead and like sign up for notifications, because we're going to keep on building this until like the game is completed. And don't forget to stop by and buy this game kit from my website. Because like I said, it's designed to be like completely code free. So you can get this 2D Unity 2D game template for for about $45 from my website right now. And so just go to my website, click on Spirits of the Lost Wind, and click this link to go ahead and purchase that. And that will also help me to continue to make videos like this. And like while you're at it, you can, if you're interested in like playing the game, playing the demo game, you can actually play that on itch.io, by clicking either of these links and going here. Yeah, so I already have the demo up. And finally, like if you like the character that you're seeing me make, you can, and you would like to own some of them, I do have like merchandise that's already kind of associated with this game project. So you can go to my Nerdy Urges online store, which is just nerdyurges.com. and you can find original game character products from and merchandise from all of my original properties, like my novels, my books, and stuff like that. All of this is, like, I would say 95% of this is hand drawn by me. All right, so yeah, stop by, check all of those out, and stay tuned for the next stream where we will continue building the graphic